Da, 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 da. Hi, everybody. I'm never sure if I like the camera angle when I start these things. Anyway, it is Q&A time. It's August Q&A time, August 2022. I'm loving that because this is the 8th month of 2022. So 8 is all about this beautiful flow and this cycle, this beautiful loop energy occurring. And 2022 is all about balance, bringing balance into your past, present, and future, to your little you, your higher self, and your physical body. And this call today is brought to you by the Spiritual How To. This incredible book that I wrote. It's in the editing process currently. I'm really excited, looking forward to getting a response back from the editor about that. And a couple things that are coming up here in the next month is the Lionsgate portal for those of you who have already registered. Wonderful. It's by donation or hold space. That link, I probably could put it in here as well, couldn't I? Also, I've just posted and created a beautiful event called Money Matters. It's for spiritual entrepreneurs, or it's for you if you are wanting to make a shift and a change in your in what you want to do. Let me just create this banner that shows you the there at the banner. So if you go here, sandrapelli.com, I love that, then click on the word events. You'll find information both on the Lionsgate, you'll find information on the Money Matters for spiritual entrepreneurs. And if you're watching this at a much later date when both of those have already passed, then you can also find whatever events that I will have coming up currently. So there's sandrapelli.com. So thank you guys for being here. Say hi, please. Let me know you're here. And I'm going to go into, first of all, just kind of setting up the energy, setting up the space for ourselves with regards to doing this Q&A. So taking a beautiful breath, take a couple breaths actually, and just really feel the connection of your heart, your lungs. Maybe give yourself a stretch. Taking a breath again. Ask your mind, body, and soul to do whatever it needs to do to heal. Asking to be open with no expectations, no limitations, and being okay with the outcome. Beautiful. Accept, trust, and believe. I always step into the being aware, connected, and all-knowing when I come in to do these beautiful readings. I tend to step out of the way and let the divine guidance come through, whatever wants to come through for each of you. Also, too, if you are listening to this and you have questions, or if you don't have questions, but if something resonates with you, then grab a hold of that. That's for you as well. That information is in there for you as well. Okay, and what other little piece do I want to add to this? I think that's all for now. Okay, also too, if you are on here and you just come across on my end as StreamYard user, then you have the ability to click on and be able to show your name in most cases. Sometimes you can't do that from a cell phone, but in other cases you can if you're on your laptop. So let's get started. The first question is by Mary Ann, and this is being answered 4 minutes in. So let me just go and type on her thing here. Okay, probably closer to 5 minutes by the time I get going here, hey? Marianne asks, what do I have to look forward to on my spiritual path in the next few months? That's so beautiful. I just literally saw a squirrel running into my yard, and I know squirrels have some beautiful energy with regards to you, Marianne, as well. And and it was coming towards me. So there's something about that inquisitive nature. There's something about that small things in small packages, the beauty of the squirrel. And the squirrel is maybe not harvesting yet, but it's looking for things and it's gathering food for itself and its young ones. So you're gathering ideas. That's something that's coming up on your spiritual path right now, is you're gathering ideas. Okay. I know that you had wanted to work with this beautiful group of souls in a magical way. So there's something unfolding around the energy of that as well. It's so interesting because I'm seeing these, the top 5 buttons on my computer, my laptop. One's the quiet volume, one's a louder volume, one's having no volume at all, being muted. Then there's this incredible fan. And then there's this beautiful angel-like thing coming in. I have no idea what that button's for, but is it ever cool? So there's the ability to start to understand who you are even more profoundly, having the voice to express to others what your desires, what your wants are. And then that being silent, that muted button that's on here, that's about knowing who to speak freely around. It's not about being quiet, not having a voice, but it's about starting to understand who you can speak about your wants and desires around. That fan is the wind. There's something about the east moving in with you. There's east and the wind direction. Something about the colors of the east as well. So look up what the east direction colors are and see what that is. And that angel, there's definitely angelic support coming in for you as well during this, okay? Beautiful. I love that. Moving on to Janice. Janice, we are 7 minutes in. Let me just write that in here. I don't have a specific question right now, so I'm wondering if you could do a general reading. First of all, beautiful Janice, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all beautiful souls who have birthdays today. Happy birthday to you. So the birthday girl, Janice, and anyone else that this applies for would like a general reading. And I'm literally hearing the blue jay just screeching out here. He's being quite adamant. So there's something that's really adamant in your energy right now. There's something that's really been coming up that they're asking you to address, to pay attention to. It's about being fed. I know I've put peanuts out there for them when they bellow at me like this. So there's something about feeding your soul is what's coming up. Something about feeding your soul. What else wants to come through? So I'm seeing water in front of me and a dock. So I'm not sure what that means to you, but there's some interesting power and some interesting energy around the flow of water, whether that's a lake, whether that's a river, whether that's a creek, but actually being there and doing something with it. And the blue jays are getting even more adamant. So this is a really good indication that this is something that you should be taking care of sooner rather than later. You know, don't keep putting off self-care is I'm hearing. Can do something that's truly about taking care of yourself. Okay. I know when I was doing my walk this morning, it was really beautiful how I felt like this has become a real regular occurrence for me. And I really enjoyed that. In past walks, in previous mornings, I've had this thought about, oh, gee, I wonder what I'm going to do in the winter. But no, this morning felt very natural, and I could feel how I move my path. I change my path. I don't go in the exact same direction every time. I change where I'm going. The other day, I literally zigzagged back and forth in the empty parking lot at Home Hardware. A great big huge parking lot, not a car parked in it at all because it was a holiday day. And I just zigzagged back and forth through the parking lot, right from one side of it to the other side of it. And it felt like, man, if they were videoing me here, they're going to be wondering, what on earth am I doing? But in the meantime, I got a lot of steps in. So it was pretty magical. So make the magic, create the magic where you are. Okay, Janice, and anybody else who's listening to this. Beautiful. I love that. Colleen, what you've asked, just bear with me here. I'm going to see how many minutes in. And Colleen, how are you doing? Because I know that you have been in the process of making some changes. Like you wanted to step into something. So I'm just kind of asking, where are you at with that? Okay. Any insight what transformation is going to be happening in my life? Ooh, you know what? That's so general and yet so specific as well. It's implying that you know that there's transformation going to be coming, but it's broad enough that you're open. You're really open to letting whatever comes through come through. So it feels like, so there's processes happening. There's something about um, um, okay, so thank you guys. So what I've been doing in my world, Colleen, is that I have been very conscious of how I'm doing the work all the time because I'm in groups. I'm in my spiritual how-to program. I'm in the medicine wheel program. I'm in the Empowering the Healer Within program. Those are all being mine. I'm on Intuition of the Soul. I'm in Membership for Your Soul. I'm in all of these different places, constantly in connection, constantly breathing my way through the I am open with no expectations, no limitations, and being okay with the outcome. Constantly. However, I have really started to step into the energy of taking care of me and being conscious of the I am love mantra again, and really asking my little you what they're feeling. I'm not asking them a question like what's going on in your life, how can I help you or whatever, but I'm being conscious of how my little you is reacting in the moment. Thank you guys for helping me clarify that. So that's what you're being asked to do, is start to recognize how the pieces of you, that little you, that physical body, and the higher self are each reacting to what you're stepping into. Okay, that's what's coming through. Wow, I really like that reply. So you know what? This is going to be over pretty quickly because there's nobody coming on, and I'm just about through all my questions. So Zila, I'm going to just write in here. Hang on a second. I'm going to write her name in the piece here so that she knows that I've answered her email question. She's been so beautiful. She takes this a step further with my emails, and she goes and she responds to the Q&A post in there, and it sends it to my email, and I love that. I love getting them here in the Soulful Empowerment group. I love getting them on my YouTube channel where this is also being fed, and I love getting them in my email. So Zila asks, I would like to ask a question to my guides about creating my cards and finding a market for them. I am trying to follow their steps. What is the next step they want me to take now? So a couple things are coming up with that, Zila. I just thank you. I saw that, Barb. I realized that was you there. Bear with me here a minute. What time am I in here? 13 and a half minutes. I just want to respond to Zila's question here. Okay, so Zila, the first thing that I want to say is you're using the word try. You aren't trying anything. You are doing. Okay, step into the energy of how you are doing things with your cards. You know what? Automatic writings are incredibly powerful and transitionally and transformational. So pose the question. Maybe you can go broader or you can hone in. Okay, you can hone in on what's that next tiny step that I need to do with regards to my my cards, or you can go what does the divine see for my cards, and then just do an automatic writing around all the energy of that. Like continue writing for 25 minutes and just allow that to flow through. Because I feel like there's a very powerful thing there. And also, too, it's to build up that trust. That 25-minute automatic writing will start to build up your trust in your guides and your inner guidance as well. Okay, because then you'll actually feel like you're being proactive rather than trying. Okay, so very, very powerful. Let me just say, too, that when we're talking about the next tiny step, it's not, okay, I want my card selling in the market. It's like, okay, what's the next tiny step that I need to do that? Just like, you know what, I'm creating this Money Matters for spiritual entrepreneurs, although anybody can come to it. I just really want to make sure that the spiritual entrepreneurs are paying attention to this because we have an incredible lineup. What are the next tiny steps that I need to do with that? Well, today I created an event on Facebook. So what's the next tiny step? It actually lays it out for me. It says, hey, introduce yourself. Hey, pass this on to other groups. Hey, do this. So it actually walks me through what my next tiny step is. So yes, I had to come on and do this because I love getting together and doing these Q&As with you guys. But I'm also very conscious that this is something that I want to do. I want to pop into there and give you a quick little video in the Money Matters for Spiritual Entrepreneurs event and let the people know what this is all about. And then maybe seriously consider boosting it or something. So, and thank you guys, that's a really good point. Not necessary to go and do boost ads or anything like that, Zila, with your cards, but maybe you could be creating a post that highlights a card. Just like I do in the Soulful Empowerment group. I have Monday messages. I have Tuesday tarots. I have What If Thursdays. I have Flying Fridays. So each one of those days has something going on in it. So if you are doing something on your profile, you could be posting your photo and truly start to highlight these and say that, you know, the energy of these are to the individual. And if you're interested in a deck of your own, contact me. You can't sell it. You can't go on and say that you have a price, but I'm telling you this because I'm guessing that you don't have a business page. If you have a business page, do it on your business page. If you're doing it on your personal profile, you cannot sell things. Facebook will close you down. But you can say, hey, if you're interested in these, contact me, right? Very, very powerful. So thank you for your question, Zila. That was very helpful. So Barbara, I see you've written this in both areas. I'm not sure if you copied and pasted. Let me just see. No, you copied and pasted. Perfect. So I'll just read it here. Yeah, you copied it here. Thanks, Barb. First of all, welcome to Soulful Empowerment. We enjoy having you here, and I love that you're starting to be a little bit more proactive in the group. For anybody who's newer to the group, I know I've got a number of new people. Thank you so much for bringing me up over 300 people in this Soulful Empowerment group. Hi, I'm Sandra Pelli da Sandini, Inner Peace Mentor and Visionary of the Guide Academy. And in the guides in the Soulful Empowerment, you can find things that are about mindset, which is what I was talking about for one of the previous people whose reading I did, or Q&A I answered, and that was about the word try. And that was for Zila, I do believe. Also, too, there are guides on how to connect with your guides, and you wouldn't believe how simple it truly is. So, okay, so let me read this. I'll post it here. So, hi, I wonder whether I have too many things to focus on, which is holding me back from getting further along with my spiritual journey and connecting with my guides. I do get pulled in many directions and also collect too many things, both hobby-wise, fabric for quilting, and books, oracle decks, etc., not to mention toys, bikes, kayaks, camping, and gear. Oh, you sound like my kind of person. You're describing my life right there. You should see all the quilting material I have. You should see how many books and oracle decks I have. We have multiple bikes. We have camping gear. I can totally relate to this. So let me hone in. Let me hone in on. Okay, so what wants to come through for you, Barbara? Bear with me here. I'm just going to. Oh, you used to do a lot of mountain biking too. Beautiful. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to let you know where this is answered so you can come back and listen to it again too. Okay. Okay, so it's interesting because even as I was on my walk this morning, that's where I do a lot of my contemplating on my bike riding, on our drives. When I drive, that's where I do a lot of my contemplating, letting whatever wants to come through, or I listen to podcasts like Who Can It Be Now by Marilyn Loria, or the my other favorite person is Lisa Peterson's Wealth Clinic, and Nick True. I love listening to all these types of, he's mapped out money, and Lisa Peterson is the Wealth Clinic. Anyway, first of all, self-care is extremely important. I'm being asked to highlight that for you, Barb, that self-care is very important. Now, using these bits and pieces to do your spiritual life, I'm walking into realities all the time. Okay, this is my reality here. This is my reality of my spiritual world, flows into everything that I do. Honestly, it truly does. And that means I'm always conscious of being in awareness. Okay, then there's the other reality. The other reality is that reality of the people who don't know me like you guys know me, but they know me. Okay, but they don't know that spiritual aspect of myself. And so I can't walk up to them and talk to them about, oh, did you know that up at this place I was in that building and there's definitely a ghost living in there, et cetera, et cetera. Or you know what, over the hospital, da 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 da. Or you know what, blah 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 blah. You know what I mean, right? Anyway, so because I've made a choice to walk in my life spiritually, all those things that you're talking about that I can so relate to are all part of it. Okay, understand that first and foremost. Okay, so let's talk about your quilting for starters. Okay, your hobby wise fabric for quilting. I did this beautiful course with Gentry Lee, is her business profile. Gentry Lemeron is her personal profile, where she taught how to quilt, bringing in healing energy into the quilting. So now when I make quilts, that's how I quilt. I create this beautiful space. I bring in the energy of my creative guides. And then I also possibly might be doing something when I'm doing the stitching, or I might be including a crystal in the fabric somewhere. So that's how you do that spiritual journey. Now, you say spiritual journey and connecting with your guides. What is your desire on your spiritual journey? Is it like myself? I am definitely gearing towards becoming way more known in the world, because I know how beneficial my two programs are, the Spiritual How-To and the Medicine Wheel program. That a Spiritual How-To program helps people bust away from expectations, blow away limiting beliefs, heal traumas, and build up their confidence. It's an extremely powerful program, and I think women all over the world and men would benefit in doing this, because you discover who you are under all that, and you create the life of magic that you would love to have that you don't even know you want to have. Then the Medicine Wheel is taking that connection with your guides to a whole new level. In the Spiritual How-To, we work with creating energy healing. We create a lot of work with our higher self and our little you. In the Medicine Wheel program, we're dealing with more guides like dragons and ravens and fairies and angels, and actually taking steps, connecting with our guides that actually are, to steal a phrase, next level living is what this is. It's taking everything that we're doing with our guides to the next level, meaning that our guides are actively helping us figure out how to work with them and move forward in our lives. So when you see, are these things holding me back from getting further along with my spiritual journey and connecting with my guides? I don't know, because I don't know what your spiritual journey entails. I don't know where you want to go with your spiritual journey. If you are just wanting to be connected, there's definitely people in the Soulful Empowerment group who've been either one-on-one clients of mine, or they've been through the Spiritual How-To, or they've been through the Medicine Wheel program, and all of them have the tools to connect freely and in awareness with their guides. And that's okay. That's okay not to have a business. Okay. I'm business minded because I know where I want to go. I know where I've been guided to go. I know what's in store for me, meaning that there's a bigger picture involved in who I am on this planet Earth right now. And that's why I'm headed in that direction. So connecting with your guides is just walking in awareness, connect with your little you more often. Look at how your little you is reacting in the moment to whatever you're doing, and you will be in spiritual connected. You'll be spirit connecting with at least one spirit guide every single time. Your most intimate guide, the little you. Wow. That was a big question. Hey, okay. That was powerful. Anybody else have any other questions? I'm going to Sue next. She's written one in the chat on the StreamYard thing. So 25 minutes in. Take a breath, everybody. Okay, so Barb wrote, I feel the being connected or getting connected is my first level. Being aware, yes. Where it takes me is anyone's guess. Exactly. You know what? I asked for feathers, throat chakra stuff. I asked for feathers some time ago, like a couple of years ago, back in 2018, 2017, actually. I started to ask for feathers. And when I started to ask for feathers, and I'll get to your question in just a minute here, Sue, so thank you for your patience. They were showing up sporadically. Then I went to Scotland, Wales, etc. Don't say never mind. You're important, Sue. The feathers, when we were in Wales, Scotland actually, it'd been a while since I'd seen feathers. And so my husband and I, we were mountain biking through Scotland. We were doing a 7-night one where we were biking and our luggage was being taken from point A to point B, and then we'd go into the bed and breakfast there, etc. And for 7 nights we did that. And I realized I wasn't seeing any feathers. And I literally reached out and said to the divine and to my guides, I would like to see some feathers, please. What's happening with the feathers? And what happened from there is my husband and I went out for supper that night, and we walked to this restaurant in Scotland, and I can't remember what town it was. And honestly, there were hundreds of feathers on the ground. Like, I was taking pictures. Like, I drove my husband crazy with how many feathers there are. So if you want to be connected, if you want to be aware, ask for it. Ask for things to show up. And then be paying attention to them. You know, when I ask for feathers, if I see a sign, meaning that I was in a place, I will let you, I was in a place where when I biked up this road in British Columbia, in Oliver, I believe, and there was a gas station, and then further up the road is their Indigenous people, the Indian, not a residence, it was their office buildings, and they had metal feathers there. I noticed those. I'm aware of those because I asked for feathers. And when I saw the feather, then it's like, boom, I'm in awareness. I'm connected in that moment. You know, and feathers are about divine guidance coming in, or spirit wants me to know something, right? So, yeah, thank you for that. Okay, so Sue, this is an awkward question. By when will they pour the concrete for my driveway? Only one not done, and it's torn up. Ooh, there's an interesting question. So you know what? It's really interesting because I'm not sure if they're working right now or not, because it feels like there's been a small issue. I don't know if there's a hang up equipment-wise or something like that. There's something going on equipment-wise, and that's why your paveway has not been paved yet. Also, too, it feels like they just want to make sure that something is complete. So I'm not sure what that has to do with it, but there's something that they want to make sure that there's complete. I don't know. I don't think it's paperwork. I think they want to just be conscious of something beneath the surface. I'm not sure what that is. So that's what's going on there. Okay. I can't be any more specific than that. That's all I'm being told. Okay. And for sure, you can let me know, and maybe Barb would be interested too. Wonderful. Okay, I think that's it. Nobody else has any questions. Nobody else has any comments. So thank you, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for always providing such great questions so that I can really kind of let the divine guidance come through that wants to come through. And have a magical rest of the day. You always truly inspire me, and you help me to help you. Thank you, guides. The guides are just standing all behind me here going, go, you guys go. Okay, have a magical rest of the day, everybody. Take care. Bye.